PIAA Basketball 87, the Class AAA Boys State Championship game between the York Catholic Fighting Irish and the Aliquippa Quips is being sponsored by Sherson Lehman Brothers, 110 East Market Street, York. By Maple Donuts, with a convenient location near you. By the Gladfelder Insurance Group, 183 Leaders Heights Road in Leader Heights. By Jack Giovanni Incorporated, Route 30 and Eden Road in York. By Ed Fisher Windows and Energy Systems. Call 846.
From Hershey Park Arena in Hershey, Pennsylvania, it's PIAA Basketball 87 on Cable 4 York. Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Shallow and Craig Smith, bringing you the championship game of the PIAA Class AAA Boys Playoff between the York Catholic Fighting Irish and the Aliquippa Quips. Craig, players and teams back in November started practice for this one moment.
Yeah, it's really a long season. 5 months have come along, and interestingly enough, we come into this game, both teams are district champions. Aliquippa out of District 7, York Catholic out of District 3, and yet none of them have defeated a district champion to get to this game. In addition to that, Aliquippa comes in here 31-1, ranked number 4 in USA Today based on the Mid-Atlantic Sports News. York Catholic comes into the game ranked number 10 by Mid-Atlantic. To put that in perspective, Carlisle is ranked number 5, and they will be in the Quad A state championship game tomorrow. In addition to that, the teams match up very evenly. When you take a look at their numbers, York Catholic scoring about 63 points a game. Defensively, they're giving up about 45. The Quips scoring about 75, but giving up about 53. So there's about an 8-point margin there both ways. York Catholic, a defensive-minded school. Aliquippa, the offense.
What are the keys to this ball game?
I think there's some very key things early that you're going to have to look for. Number one, can Robert Preston, Jim Schnorr, and Kashawn Jenkins do the job blocking out on the defensive boards? That was very important that Aliquippa does not get the second shot or the third shot. They scored 75% of their points in the Western Final off offensive rebounds. In addition to that, Aliquippa must be able to handle the York Catholic press. Depth could be a concern in this game.
What about the intangibles of this ball game?
The intangibles are hard to measure. They're the things that you can never tell when game night, when the buzzer goes off and everybody gets out on the floor. What we do know is that Aliquippa comes in with 2 sophomores, Sean Gilbert and Willie Lindsay, and 1 junior in their starting lineup. On the other hand, York Catholic has that senior experience, 4 senior starters, the 1 freshman in Kashawn Jenkins, and the senior off the bench in Todd Fabry.
Can the Irish do it?
I think they can. York Catholic all season long, I've struggled for terms. They're a balanced team both offensively and defensively. They're tough to guard. They can score well. Their defense has a tremendous amount of desire when the pressure in the game is on the line. And more importantly, they are a very perspicacious team. And I say that because I had to go all the way to Roget's College Thesaurus, which we said a couple weeks ago we were running out of superlatives for York Catholic. But they are indeed an intelligent team, and many times they win from the neck up.
York Catholic and Aliquippa, the Class AAA Finals. We'll have the starting lineups for you in just a moment.
They're back. We're here.
That's right. They're all here. All of the great movie hits in 1987. The movie year to watch HBO. There's a freewheeling criminal coming, and his name is Cobra.
Did you use unnecessary deadly force?
I used everything I had.
Do you know you have an attitude problem?
Yeah, but it's just a little one.
He's a self-made cop who does a job that nobody wants. Guess who's looking for a degree?
I'm going to college.
He's back to school.
The world's oldest living freshman.
He's even thinking about dating.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
He's the wildest man on campus. Look who's out for a joyride.
Change seats with me. Change seats? We're a mile up in the air. I have to talk to Leslie. Go ahead, I'm not moving.
It's the zany cast from Sweet Liberty, an all-star comedy with class.
Give me your lips.
Listen to number 5.
More input. More input. Nice software.
An overambitious robot creates a crazy short circuit loaded with laughs.
Number 5 is alive.
Beautiful.
Hello, little one. I am your friend.
Watch for Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. What more can a rock and roll lawyer do for his lovable woman than buy a big, beautiful money pit?
Look, this is an old house. It's going to need some work. You've got to expect that.
From Steven Spielberg, a young boy returns to the past in Back to the Future.
Doc!
A wild, joyful escapade.
Marty!
You made it! Yeah!
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is the big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Two dear friends turn into arch rivals in Just Between Friends.
I didn't know you when I met him.
It's all right, as long as you don't know the wife.
I'm pregnant.
You're not my friend.
What's bothering me is seeing you risk losing Holly. She's the best woman I know.
Catch a whole new generation of raw boneheads enrolled in Police Academy 3 back in training.
You're sitting in a non-smoking area. Put it out when I'm finished. You'll put it out now, mister.
At last, no one is safe.
We're going to make one hell of a cop.
Thanks, Dad. Would you give this to Mom for me?
Shit!
Watch for the great new movies and stars coming to HBO in 1987.
Back here at Hershey Park Arena for the playoffs between York Catholic and Aliquippa, the state championship game of Class AAA. Let's take a look how these two teams got here for the state tournament game. First of all, Aliquippa, as we take a look at some of the Irish faithful, some of the Irish girls basketball team members there. Aliquippa beat Cambria Heights, then beat St. LaSalle, Edge Beaver, and had to go to overtime to beat Elwood City to win the West. For York Catholic, their road was kind of easy the first two games as they beat West Hazleton by 22 and Bishop Hoban by 26. And then they ran into Allentown Central Catholic, had to go to double overtime to win that one by 2. And then Catholic had a big 15-point lead early in the third quarter against Conestoga Valley. Watched Conestoga Valley come back to tie that game twice, but Catholic pulled out a 6-point victory. A lot of people to thank tonight for the great year we've had so far here on Cable 4 First of all, let's thank Capital Reditux. Capital Reditux with locations in Harrisburg, Lancaster, and York. And get your prime tux easily and get a 10% discount. Capital Reditux providing the tuxedos for Craig and I tonight. And our little flowers provided by two of the York Catholic managers, Karen Lido and Ellen Lander. We'd like to thank those two fine girls for that lovely gesture. Just about set for the starting lineups of tonight's ball game. And we'll be going down momentarily to Jerry Scheckert for the announcements. Aliquippa wearing their road uniforms, black with red trim. York Catholic in the home, white and green with gold trim. York Catholic has worn the white uniforms throughout the playoffs. And we're just about set for the starting lineups. Let's go downstairs now to PA announcer Jerry Scheckert.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's second ball game of this PIAA Basketball Championship doubleheader, the Quips of Aliquippa, out of District 7, with a record of 31-1, meet the Fighting Irish of York Catholic, out of District 3, whose record is 33-0. This game for the boys' AAA state title. The home team on the scoreboard is York Catholic. The visitors, Aliquippa. And now the starting lineup for the Quips. Starting at guard, wearing number 23, a 5'10 senior, Julius Cobb. At guard, number 25, a 5'9 sophomore, Willie Lindsay. At forward, number 33, a 6'4 senior, Tyrone Steele. At forward, number 45, a 6'5" senior, Mike Warfield. And at center, number 53, a 6'5 sophomore, Sean Gilbert. The head coach, Mr. James Red McNee. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Fighting Irish of York Catholic. Starting at guard, number 40, a 5'9" senior, Tony Dill. At guard, wearing number 30, a 6-foot senior, Matt Markle. At forward, number 42, a 6'1" senior, Robert Preston. At forward, number 32, a 6'2" freshman, Kashawn Jenkins. And at center, number 44, a 6' 2" senior, Jim Schnorr. The head coach, Mr. Mike Kesey. Ladies and gentlemen, the official.
Craig, Aliquippa was in this championship game last year against Allentown Central Catholic. They lost it, but they do have the year's experience. Is that going to be a factor?
I think it's a plus because any time that you come into this arena, you need to have a feeling for the space of an area like this and to be a little bit familiar with the floor, and they have that.
And we'll be back for the start of this ball game in just a moment.
Looks like you're ready to keep your yard in tip-top shape. When using power tools outside, make sure you think safe. Keep kids and other bystanders away from your work area. Read and understand your owner's manuals so you'll know your tool's safety features and capabilities. Memorize the location of safety guards and guides and make sure they're adjusted correctly and maintained. Wear eye protection. Under dusty conditions, wear a dust mask. And under extended work conditions, wear hearing protection. Beware of damp lawn and garden conditions and never operate electrical equipment under them. Inspect your power cords frequently for any damage that could cause electrical shock. And never use extension cords that are not approved for outdoor use. Think safe. You'll make a clean sweep of your work outdoors.
This has been a public service message from all your partners in power tool safety and the Power Tool Institute.
There's a changing world out there, and so much of it we want to share with you. CNN, showing life from every point of view. And just because we care, we're always there. CNN tells it right, your window on the world both day and night. You will see faces that make history, the laughter and the tears, the hopes and fears. CNN on the go, because you have the right to know the score. Where there's war, tribulation, new sensations, we bring you so much more. I witnessed the incredible, experience the wonderful, the joy, the peace, the world within your reach. Experience life on CNN.
Back here at Hershey Park Arena, Ken Shalom with Craig Smith, statistician Paul Goodenough, and we'd like to welcome our shot chart keeper tonight, Bill Bo Rule, working out with us tonight. Full crew tonight, Craig.
It's great to be a state championship game. I think we've worked to get here as much as not necessarily physically like the team, but we're certainly glad to be a part of here on Cable 4 York.
Sean Gilbert and Jim Schnorr set to tap it off. The PIAA Class AAA State Boys Championship basketball game is underway. Schnorr taps it up. And Willie Lindsay for the Quips picks the ball up. Lindsay. Now it's inside. We got a tie-up. Gilbert's stripped by Dale. Marker comes up with it.
Well, the defense makes an early impact, Ken, as they collapsed on the pivot man and tried to tie him up.
Preston looking for some help. Inside the Dill. Layup. No good. A little too hard off the glass. Sean Gilbert for the rebound. Outlets to Lindsay. Quips like the run. Lindsay from the foul line. Good. Schnorr. Sean Gilbert on him. Schnorr gets by it. Outlets to Preston. Preston's got a chase. Gets it. Preston turn around. Gets. Shot is up. No good. Foul coming up on Mike Warfield. Nice move by Preston. Got Warfield up in the air. Drew the foul.
Interesting observation early today at the luncheon. A lot of the coaches that were there, some of the officials told me that the Aliquippa coach made the observation that everybody's talking about York Catholic's record at 33-0 and they play the game 84 feet, Ken. He said in that case, fellas from York Catholic, you better lace up those shoes because we play 84 feet as well. And so what I think you're going to see here is a full-court man-to-man game up and down the floor.
Preston makes 1 of 2. That's a bold statement to make, having not, since Aliquippa has not seen York Catholic play. Cobb over to Lindsay. Top of the key over to Steele. Jumper on the way, no good. Jumper on the far side is no good. Dill with the ball for the Irish. Dill outlets to Jenkins. Over to Markle. He'll put the jumper up. Too hard off the rim, no good. Jenkins gets the rebound, out to Dill. Dill to Schnorr at the foul line. Schnorr bounce past to Markle in the corner. Markle will bring it out. Preston. Steals on Preston inside to Jenkins. He's fouled. Jenkins fouled by Warfield. That's number 2 on Warfield.
Now, I think this is a key to the game, Ken, because Gary Markle told me before the game, York Catholic cannot afford to get in foul trouble. Aliquippa, I feel, cannot afford to get in foul trouble with their inside players. I think they feel that's where their strength is. Therefore, how this game is called, close or not close, will have an effect.
But Markle from outside. It's 3-2 Irish. 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Mark Gilbert, the brother of Sean Gilbert, into the game, replaced Warfield. Gilbert missed most. I'll slay it out one more time. Missed most of the season with a broken wrist. Jumper from the outside, no good by number 33 Steele. We're going the other way. This is Preston. Preston layup, good. He's fouled. Count the basket.
The scouts for York Catholic felt that the York Catholic inside players were much quicker than the Aliquippa inside players. Robert Preston proved that time that he could run the floor, get his body under control, and score, and he did that with a chance for a three-point play.
Preston at the line. Three-point play makes it a 6-2 ball game. The Fighting Irish. With the ball is Gilbert. That's Mark Gilbert, number 55. Gilbert almost had the ball stolen by Jenkins. Gilbert really should not be handling the ball. Shot is blocked by Jenkins. We're going the other way. Tony Dill. What is the 6'4" guy like Mark Gilbert handling the ball for, Craig?
Well, I'm sure his coach, Red McNee, didn't want that because he cannot look comfortable out there, especially on the spin move, and they are really getting into all kinds of foul trouble here early. 4 team fouls to none for the Irish, and I think they were all clear-cut calls, and more importantly, the Irish are showing early they're not afraid to take it to the glass and draw the foul.
Tyrone Steele picks up the foul. Hassan Jenkins will shoot 2.
And remember, he's had struggled at the foul line. He's missed his last 7 foul shots, and before that he hit 3 of 12.
Take a look at the replay, Craig.
So if Kashan is going to bounce back here, he needs to do it in his state playoff from the foul line. You see the nice spin move there. The foul is called. And Kashan Jenkins denies that 45% foul shooting early here.
After Aliquippa got the first 2 points in the ball game, the Irish have outscored them 8-0. Mark Gilbert bounces it out to Steele. Make that Lindsay. Now to Steele. Steele's put it up in the corner. No good. Rebound Schnorr. To Dill.
I can't believe how they're controlling the defensive board so easily. Aliquippa's not even going at the glass.
Tony Dill misses the shot. Rebound to Steele. Steele's out to Mark Gilbert.
He doesn't look comfortable handling the ball. Got to get it in the hand of the best guard.
Jumper on the way, off the glass, good for Julius Cobb. Tony Dill. Try to get it over the timeline, he does. Dill, nice spin move away from Lindsay. Over to Preston. Preston to Jenkins. Jenkins open, puts up the layup, good!
Aliquippa, watch them on defense. They are really overplaying, and York Catholic's just backdooring and screening away from the ball, and they're getting men open on not the first and second move, but the third move.
Lindsay for the Quips. Tony Dill guarding him. Inside to Sean Gilbert. He's fouled. Nope, they got a traveling call. Sean Gilbert called for traveling. 2 turnovers now for the Quips. 4.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Irish up by 6, 10-4. Markle working the far side. Top of the key. Has the ball knocked away, but Jenkins gets it for the Irish. Jenkins, the cross court to Preston. To Schnorr in the corner. Schnorr, nice deke, puts it up, short. Rebound, Mark Gilbert. Gilbert out to Tyrone Steele. Steele puts it up over Preston. Too hard off the glass. Mark Gilbert blocked by Schnorr. Rebound Jenkins. Outlets to Preston on the break. Preston bobbles the ball. He lost it to Tyrone Steele. We're going the other way. Sean Gilbert off the glass. Good.
4-point turnaround on that, Ken, because really Robert Preston should have had the easy layup there. He just got a little hurried at the end and lost control of the ball. It cost him at the other end of the court.
10-6. Dill to Jenkins. Jenkins inside to Preston and the paint. Preston puts it up. Nice inside pass to Schnorr. Good!
Characteristic of the unselfish nature of this group of players, the way Preston gave that ball up on a better pass for a higher percentage shot.
Lindsay in the corner to Cobb. He'll put it up. Good! Teams exchanging baskets right now. 12-8. Schnorr bounce pass to Dill. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the quarter. Preston to Markle. Top of the key. Over to Dill. Dill has the open. Nice pass off the Schnorr. Good!
2 for Jim Schnorr in the book, but no doubt about it, 2 in Coach Kesey's heart for Tony Dill on that pass. Excellent pass to the inside.
Mark Gilbert for the Quips, working the far side and brings it out to the middle. Jenkins on him. Gilbert out to the top of the key to Lindsay. Willie Lindsay back to inside the Steele. Tries to go inside. We'll have a foul on Jenkins for pushing off on Mark Gilbert. And we'll see Todd Fabre come into the game for the Irish. And Mike Warfield come back in for the Quips.
Now, I think that foul on Kashawn Jenkins points up one of the philosophies that Mike Kesey has extracted defensively from Gary Markle's scouting report. It looks like they're willing to play behind the men and get help from the guards dropping down.
It's the first foul on the Irish. Warfield inside. Nice pass to Tyrone. Steele's missed the lap, but gets the follow. Craig, I noticed when Mark Gilbert went out, he was kind of tired.
Yeah, he did look tired, and I think that was partially responsible for him handling the ball as much as he was handling it.
Markle to Dill. Dill works his way to the top of the key to Markle. Markle to Fabre. Fabre will try to drive the baseline. Closes the ball, but to Dill. Dill has the ball knocked away. And it's saved by Sean Gilbert for the Quips. Chance for Aliquippa to move to within 2. Lindsay will try. Drops off to Steele. Layup no good. Gets his own rebound no good. And Preston comes out with it for the Irish. 1:45 left in the first quarter. This first quarter is being sponsored by Sherson Lehman Brothers. Sherson Lehman Brothers. Minds over money. 110 East Market Street, York. Tony Dill. Count it, baby.
They've had a nice mix on offense now, the good inside passing game, and if Dill and Markle can hit those outside shots, that will be a real plus for the Irish.
1:15 left. There's a steal by Preston. Bad pass by Lindsay. Preston brings it up. 16-10 Irish lead. Matt Markle has the open shot. Short. Rebound Sean Gilbert. Gilbert outlets to Cobb. Cobb stops. Gets it out to Lindsay. Coming up with 1 minute left. Jenkins getting set to check back in for the Irish. Jumper on the way is no good by Julius Cobb. Preston for the rebound. Matt Markle stopping it around midcourt. The Irish will pull it out. 40 seconds left. Dill to Markle. Guarding him is Warfield. Now Markle going the other way. Now gets it out to Schnorr. To Fabre. Bounce pass to Preston. 30 seconds left. Dill to Markle. Back out to Dill.
You can tell a lot about a team defensively early by the way they play the delay game. They're staying in a man-to-man matchup rather than moving to any kind of zone trap.
15 seconds left. Dill calling the play. 10 seconds. The Irish have to move in. Dill out to Fabre. Dumps off to Preston. Preston inside. Oh, baby, what a move! That ends quarter number 1. The Irish lead the Quips 18-10. We'll be back.
He's not a typical librarian.
Look, I know I seem like a lunatic.
No, really?
Patrolman Abraham Washington from the 22nd Precinct.
Not the 22nd. We never say the 22nd. It's the 2-2.
So you're on that 692 out of the 2-2 this morning?
What's a 692?
Bomb scare.
A Washington. 2-2.
Not the 2-2. The 2-2.
Get up!
Officer, he's heading for the
What
mountain.
kind of a policeman are you?
It's the elevator patrol.
I never knew you were a policeman.
Guy's trying to tell me he's not a cop, he's a librarian.
Impersonating a police officer. 3 to 5 in the slammer.
Can the cops book a librarian?
Not a cop.
You are a hero. Are you crazy?
I must be crazy.
I'll kill him. I'm gonna come down there and kill him myself.
Bang, bang.
Hello?
Maybe one of you should radio in our 1020.
Judge Reinhold stars in Offbeat only on Showtime.
Meet Harry and Mo. The one day they decided to turn a simple errand for the mob.
Costello Schwartz ain't never gonna win.
Put this $10,000 on my baby. I'm getting out of here. No.
Into a date with Destiny. Destiny gave them the shaft. The mob is willing to forgive.
Do we really hurt them by killing them? It's a good start.
If they just do one simple thing.
Like kill each other.
But friends this close just can't kill each other. Yet.
You're the guy they hired to kill me? I'm the guy they hired to kill you!
They're tough guys.
Are you talking to me?
They're funny guys.
How could you be so stupid?
They're Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo. In a Showtime exclusive you won't see on HBO or Cinemax.
Can't believe how things keep going our way.
Wise guys.
Back here at Hershey Park,
one
Ken
offensive
Shallow
rebound,
and Craig Smith.
2 points.
Statistician Paul Kudamo and our shot keeper Bill Bo Rule. The Irish open up with the ball to start the second quarter. 7:56 left. Preston to Schnorr. Over to Markle. To Fabre. Dill out of the ball game right now. Fabre at the foul line. Dumps off to Preston. Dill with it. To Jenkins. Jenkins needs some help. Right. Trying to get into Schnorr. A little bit of a bad pass. 3 turnovers now for the Irish. Here goes Warfield inside for the easy 2.
Good power move inside by Warfield. He made a nice move, a change of direction to take it to the glass. First quarter was a big one, Ken. The Irish shot 64% from the floor to 31% for Aliquippa. 7 of 11 for the Irish, 5 of 16 for the Quips.
Markle to Preston. That's Jenkins inside to Preston. Too hard.
He didn't really get turned and squared well enough there to really put it right off the glass.
Sean Gilbert gets it over to Willie Lindsay. To Cobb inside to Warfield. Turnaround baseline, no good. Jenkins skies for the rebound.
Interestingly enough, against a much bigger team, the Irish had the edge in rebounding in the first quarter, 8-7. Both teams scoring 2 points off offensive rebounds.
Matt Markle has the open jumper. Good. That's something Matt Markle did not do in the second half of the Conestoga Valley game, correct?
Right, and I think that he will certainly come back strong in this game, and the mix of their inside and outside game will make it tough for Aliquippa to make a decision defensively.
2-on-1, layup, good by Julius Cobb. Irish breaking down on defense there.
Julius Cobb is a senior, 5'11", averaging almost 14 a game, and he has got to be a leader out on the floor tonight for Aliquippa.
Markle to Fabre, right side. Fabre working his way out of the corner, gets to the Markle. Markle, short jumper, no good, too hard. Rebound, Jenkins in the paint, he'll go up strong, no good. Rebound, tapped up and in by Kassad Jenkins.
Freshman with 33 games under his belt. Basketball-wise, he's a sophomore.
Lindsay inside to layup is good. Tyrone steals.
Ken, just to show you what happens when you get to this level of basketball, early here in the second quarter, all 5 starters for both teams are in the scoring column.
Schnorr to Preston to Markle. Markle left side. Cross court to Schnorr. Over to Jenkins. Jenkins to Preston at the foul line. He has the open jumper. No good. And a rebound goes over to Aliquippa. No contact there at midcourt. Sean Gilbert off balance, no good. Tap up, good. Tyrone Steele got up there and just got it in the basket. Mike Kesey has got to call a timeout and emphasize blocking out. I think since the middle of the first quarter, the Quips have decided to go to the glass. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. It's the Irish up by 4. We'll be back.
Dispatch to Station 9. Reported structure fire. 20 West Maple Road. Possible infant rescue. Timeout 0120 hours.
We're here.
My baby.
Support your local emergency service volunteers.
What can you offer an employer besides a college degree? Co-op education. It's the experience you need for the job you want.
Back here at Hershey Park Arena, the Irish up by 4. First half of the Class AAA Finals. Tony Dill back in the game for the Irish, replacing Fabre. Jenkins, nice give and go to Dill. Stolen, though, by the Quips. And Mark Gilbert has some problems. Almost had a double dribble there, but got away with it.
He's a big man that fancies himself as a guard, and he just doesn't look comfortable in that position.
Mark Gilbert back out to Cobb. Over to Darren Shegog in the game. Jumper on the way from Steele. It's an air ball. Dill outletting to Jenkins. Jenkins spin move off the glass too hard. Rebound Steels. Jenkins had that problem against Conestoga Valley, too hard off the glass with the layups.
That was a difficult shot with that spin move to get yourself under control.
Shegog puts up from long range, no good. Jenkins for the rebound.
He is playing tremendously inspired on the boards, I think, as hard as I've seen him play through the first 33 games of this year.
Matt Markle to Schnorr, top of the key, over to Jenkins. Jenkins will work his way on Gilbert. He puts up the shot. We'll have an offensive block. A block on Mark Gilbert.
That was a tough call to make. From the angle we had, it could have easily gone either way. The official had the best angle on it. It looked to me like Kashan had made up his mind to go to the glass, and nobody was going to stop him. Now here again, he's hit 2 foul shots tonight, and this has been his weak area. So you make the call here on this slow motion. Now right there, good call. You notice how he had the half step on him, and the defender moved in and used his chest against the offensive player.
Jenkins makes 1 of 2. It's 23-18. Stop by the Battery Warehouse and talk to us about our spring price specials on lawn and garden and marine starting and deep cycle batteries. Battery Warehouse on Mount Rose Avenue across from the Mount Rose Cemetery. We have a foul on Matt Markle. Take a look at some of the photographers here at the game down courtside.
Just a completely different kind of atmosphere here at Hershey Park than what we experienced in the early rounds at the farm show.
And it's a lot noisier, too. Fans are into it. Julius Cobb. 3.5 minutes left, puts up the jumper. Good. 3-point Irish lead. Tony Dill. Dill double team, gets it over to Markle. Back out to Dill. At the foul line, he's open. Good.
Good sign. They got to keep those guards shooting because that's going to make the inside game much more effective for the Irish.
Mark Gilbert for the Quips. Schnorr's on him. In the corner. Jumper on the way. Hit the side of the boards. No good. There's a bad pass. Irish trying to get out too quickly. Jumper on the way from Steels is good.
Jim Schnorr actually held that ball too long in the outlet. He should have given it up sooner or given it up to a guard closer to him, knowing the quickness that Aliquippa has in their defense.
Matt Markle to Dill. Inside to Jenkins. Try to force it in there. Steal by the Quips. There's a break for Julius Cobb. He's fouled and the basket goes.
Now, if you're going to give away that kind of breakaway, you got to foul him cleanly and not allow him to have the opportunity for the three-point play.
The Carpet Men would like to congratulate the Fighting Irish on a fine season. When all the players pull together and play as a team, you're bound to have a winning combination. The Carpet Man plays a team as a team and welcomes all to become a team player. They're located on 700 West Market Street. Sean Gilbert coming back in, replacing Mike Warfield. We're tied at 25.
Julius Cobb is having an excellent first half, 11 points. The 5'11 senior has done very well from the field and the foul line.
Matt Markle for the Irish, 2.5 minutes left. Markle out to Schnorr. Top of the key. Schnorr bounces inside to Preston. Preston spin move in the paint. Good. This second quarter is being brought to you by Maple Donuts. March donut of the month, peanut butter fudge and peanut butter filled. Our current special is the thermos for $2.39 filled with coffee. Jumper, good.
Aliquippa now is starting to establish their outside shooting game. These teams, not only on paper, look very even, but on the floor as well.
Darren Shegog with the basket. We're tied at 27, less than 2 minutes left. Tony Dill inside. Nice give off to Jenkins. Jenkins double team. Nice spin move. Good. What can you say, Craig, about Kassan Jenkins that we haven't said?
Well, just the positive thing that Coach Kesey's happy about. He's going to be back for 3 years.
Mark Gilbert. Inside, looking for his brother Sean. He's fouled.
I'll be quite honest, Kassan Jenkins reminds me a lot of Billy Owens as a freshman. He doesn't have quite the height that Billy had as a freshman. Billy was about 6'3", 6'4" for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. But Kashan has a lot of the moves and defensive abilities.
Todd Fabre replaces Jenkins with 1:30 left. Aliquippa barely gets the ball in. Gilbert. Now it's Cobb with it. Cobb over to Shegog. Inside to Mark Gilbert. Shot no good. Rebound battle for Sean Gilbert. Good.
They're getting a lot of points in the paint. When I take a look at Bill Rule's chart, they have 7 shots that are in the paint, and they've scored 4 points off offensive rebounds.
Matt Markle. He's fouled. Tyrone Steele tripped him.
Another very uncharacteristic point of York Catholic to this point. York Catholic has had 6 turnovers, Ken, resulting in 9 Aliquippa points. And in a game as close as this, it can't get any closer, tied at 29. That is a stat to look at.
Matt Markle at the line for the 1-and-1. Kassan Jenkins coming back in for Todd Fabre.
The one positive thing, I think, for the Irish coming in out of this first half is that they will be in good shape as far as fouls are concerned. It was a major concern coming in that they wouldn't have a big man to bring off the bench. Their big men have stayed out of foul trouble.
Markle breaks the tie. It's 30-29.
All right, this is what sometimes happens when you do not call the switch, but you try to fight through the screen and play defense with your hands, not your feet.
Markle makes both ends of the 1-and-1. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Schnorr tries to steal, gets a piece of it, and goes out of bounds. Good effort there by Jim Schnorr.
Good effort, and I think what you have to keep in mind, it was a great effort from the neck up because they saw the quick pitch before. Now they adjusted to it defensively to take it away.
Cobb will drive to the hoop, over. Jenkins swats it away. He comes up with the rebound. Jenkins to Dill. Dill stops to Jenkins. Jenkins back out to Dill. Inside, will put it up to Schnorr. Off the glass. Good!
Great shot by Schnorr, but an even greater pass by Tony Dill.
All set up by the block and the rebound of Kassan Jenkins. 30 seconds left. Irish up by 4. Shegog to Lindsay. Now the jumper on the way is good. Julius Cobb. Cobb's tough from that outside. Irish have to get a hand in the face of Cobb.
Cobb is going to cause them to make some defensive adjustments at halftime.
Markle with 10 seconds left. Markle works his way to the corner. Looking for some help. Outlets to Dill. 6 seconds, 5. Dill puts it up. Good! And that's it for the first half. And the Irish take a 4-point lead into the locker room at halftime of the PIAA Class AAA Boys Basketball Playoffs. We'll be back with our halftime stats and analysis in just a moment.
Movies, movies, movies. Nobody brings them home like HBO in April, with its hint of spring and the promise of invigorating outdoor activity, the inclination toward home improvement, and that curious urge to travel backwards.
I came here in a time machine that you invented. Now I need your help to get back to the year 1985.
Michael J. Fox is the young man with a time problem.
This is nuts.
In Back to the Future.
But your kids are gonna love it.
Shelley Long and Tom Hanks have just sunk everything they have into the money pit.
I'm going to help you.
You have a gun?
A movie for anyone who's ever loved a house so much they came undone over it. And moving right up in the corporate world, we have Danny DeVito.
Morning, Frank.
Judge Reinhold and Rick Moranis.
Love this business.
All bucking for the head office.
Oh, wow.
And after a hard day at the office,
Lighten up.
you need life after hours with Rosanna Arquette, Terry Garr, and Griffin Dunn. And then,
They just arrested my husband for murder.
from HBO Pictures, a stunning courtroom thriller with a twist.
All anybody ever does around here is lie to me. How the hell am I supposed to defend you?
Ed Harris stars in The Last Innocent Man.
One course in the big picture, 12 credits. It's very big. 12 credits probably isn't enough. It's so big.
Sign up with not-so-crazy Professor Peter O'Toole for Creator, a charming lesson in the meaning of life. Don't forget our double feature Fridays every Friday night in April. And coming up in May, watch out for Short Circuit, Poltergeist 2, and a warm-hearted baseball story from HBO Pictures. For winning entertainment, April's movies have it all. Excitement, tenderness, the thrill of suspense. Take it from these folks.
Life is good.
And nobody brings it home like HBO.
Nobody.
Back here at Hershey Park Arena, Class AAA boys playoff of the PIAA the championship game, and your Catholic leading Aliquippa 35-31. A lot of up-and-down action, run and gun, Craig.
Really was. It was an interesting game. Aliquippa really didn't decide to go to the offensive glass until about midway through that first quarter, and then they really battled the Irish even. Let's take a look at team stats. Field goal percentage, first of all, for the Irish, 15 of 33, 45%. For the Quips, check that, 15 of 33 for the Quips, 14 of 23 for the Irish, 61%. At the free throw line, not a big factor, perhaps an edge for the Irish here. 78%, 7 of 9, 1 of 1 for Aliquippa. Turnovers, interesting facts here. 3 turnovers for Aliquippa, resulting in 2 York Catholic points. York Catholic turned the ball over 6 times, resulting in 9 Aliquippa points. And, of course, the final stat that you have to take a look at, and quite frankly, Ken, I'm a little bit surprised about, is York Catholic is out-rebounding the much taller Aliquippa Quips 15-13. And when you take a look at offensive rebounding, the Irish offensive rebounds have gotten 4 points. Aliquippa has gotten 6 points. So at halftime, I think Mike Kesey has 2 major adjustments to make. One, to concentrate on blocking out on the defensive boards to take away those second and third shots and those tip-ins. The second thing I think he definitely needs to do is to make a defensive adjustment on number 23, Julius Cobb, the 5'11 senior, who's having an outstanding first half from the outside.
And as we look at those individual statistics, Cobb leading scorer for both sides with 13 points. And then Tyrone Steele with 8, Sean Gilbert with 4, and then a host of players with 2 points for Aliquippa. Over on the York Catholic side, Kassan Jenkins playing probably the best game of his life, 9 points, Craig.
Really having an outstanding game. He looks so determined on the boards. Now, he took 1 or 2 shots that I'm sure Coach Kesey wasn't thrilled with, but I'd much rather see a young kid be aggressive like that. You can always pull him back under control rather than try to turn him loose. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Robert Preston with 8, Matt Markle, Tony Dill, and Jim Schnorr all with 6 points for the Fighting Irish. 35-31, your halftime score. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter in just a moment.
Clint Eastwood is a little upset.
Seems some misguided individuals out there are abusing our public lands, and I don't like it. And I don't think you do either. Vandalizing parks and robbing historic sites or overrunning wild areas, those are ours, and we have to save them. As I see it, these clowns can either clean up their act or get out of town.
Write Take Pride in America. Post Office Box 1339, Jessup, Maryland 20794.
Darlings, Showtime is having a very exclusive April Fool's party, and you're cordially invited.
department.
Yeah, it's somewhat surprising when you take a look at the size differential between the two front lines. The Irish scoring 9 times from inside the paint. They hit 5 times from outside the paint from that high percentage area, and the Quips hitting 7 inside the paint and 8 outside the paint. And of those 8 points that they got outside the paint, Julius Cobb certainly was a big part of that.
What adjustments must both teams make in order to win the state championship? And
I think that Red McNee certainly has to get into his team that you can't wait to go to the offensive glass. That might be one area where they can dominate the Irish. On the other hand, I think he needs his guards to handle the ball and not the big guys. I thought that slowed down their game early in the first half. Mike Kesey, I've alluded to the adjustment I think he'll work on, putting somebody tough on Cobb and making it a little tougher on him on the outside, and also the blocking out is key.
Aliquippa with the ball to start the second half. Julius Cobb, bounce pass to Steele. Steele to put it up for the baseline. No good. Rebound Schnorr. Schnorr outlets to Markle. Matt Markle, he'll put it up. Good!
When you look how these shots are charted, both teams have excellent balance between the inside and the outside game in the first half.
This third quarter is being brought to you by Gladfelder Insurance Group and Giese Gladfelder and the Zarfoss Agency, protecting the American way of life. Nice spin move inside, no good. Irish again with the rebound. Steele could not get the ball to fall. Dill to Schnorr, top of the key. Inside the press. The press that goes inside off the glass. 8-point Irish lead. Aliquippa bringing the ball up court. Willie Lindsay. Tony Dill guards him. Steals. Top of the key to Cobb. Cobb goes over Dill. Shot is air ball. Jenkins outlets to an wide open Matt Markle. Markle goes in off the glass. 10-point Irish lead.
I think Red McNee will need a timeout now because he's losing control in the first minute or two of the third quarter. This is a crucial time.
The Irish with their biggest lead in the game, 41-31. We'll be back.
Meet Billy Turner.
People think I could run you out of town, Billy. They say that you're a disruptive influence.
Well, hi there, it's Malvina. How you doing, Malvina? Love that dress, very sexy.
He's on a fast track with a slow burn.
What do you want me to think about you?
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we won't have to think at all.
In a hot town that's cool on law and order.
Your father was killed last summer. Somebody shot him. No witnesses, no evidence, nothing.
I want to know who killed my father.
I'm scared. I don't think you can beat those guys.
You're on your own.
For Billy, coming home is really murder.
Billy Turner declares war.
Here's another one you won't see on HBO or Cinemax. Judd Nelson and Ali Sheedy. Blue City. Only on Showtime.
Advertising support on Showtime.
April is National Cable Month, and Showtime brings you exclusive music, drama, movies, and even more comedy with Gower and Nick, two of the most offbeat detectives around.
What the hell would Gower be without Nick Bronco? My guess, successful.
It's our newest comedy series, Hard Knocks, premiering in April. And it's Gary Shandling's show will be back every Friday night with more all-new episodes. Our Motown on Showtime series continues with a look at the legendary Marvin Gaye. And Jack Lemmon stars in Broadway on Showtime's exclusive presentation of Long Day's Journey into Night. Charles Bronson is a cop framed for murder in Murphy's Law. Michael J. Fox is going to take you back to the future. And Tom Hanks and Shelley Long are stuck with a money pit. It's all here in April, National Cable Month on Showtime.
Back here at Hershey Park Arena, let's take a look at the last basket.
All right, what's going to make this play? Number one is the defense. Watch Dill stand in there and take what appeared to be a charge, force the short shot. Jenkins very alertly looking up the court. It's an easy two for Matt Markle.
And a 10-point Irish lead, 41-31. Julius Cobb with the ball. Gets it to Mark Gilbert. Once again, Gilbert, 6'4" junior forward, handling the ball for the Quips. Willie Lindsay. to Sean Gilbert. Sean Gilbert out, top of the key to Warfield. Lindsay gets Jenkins up, a layup by Gilbert. Mark Gilbert is no good. The rebound, the Fighting Irish. Preston, nice spin move away. Preston to Jenkins. Jenkins will slow it down. Jenkins inside the Dill. And we have a charge on Tony Dill.
Now, actually, the problem there was Dill made a good cut to the basket. The mistake was actually made on giving the pass to him. It was too congested in the middle, and there was nothing he could really do with the ball once he caught it except be called for the offensive foul. Correct call by the official.
Bring back the good feeling of winning when you are on the road with a brand new 1987 Plymouth Sundance from Myers & List Dodge. A car that should definitely be in your future. Experience the brand new Sundance at Myers & List, just down the road in Wrightsville. Julius Cobb to Lindsay, top of the key to Warfield. Cobb will drive the baseline, goes up over Markle. Good, count it, foul. Markle tried to avoid the contact, but Cobb got it. They'll go for the three-point play.
You know, it's just amazing to me that two teams that are champions out of their district would have to go 4 games into states, actually into the 5th game, to actually meet another district champion. I think that's a comment on the parity that has come to high school basketball in Pennsylvania. There's so many good teams and so many good players.
Cobb missed the foul shot. Sean Gilbert got the rebound, missed the follow. Dill tried to outlet the breaking Robert Preston. It's stolen by Cobb inside. We have a foul on Tony Dill. That's 3 Irish fouls.
That was a tough call because I thought Dill was standing there. We may have a better angle of it, but I felt that he really had established his position, and maybe a no call would have been a better call.
Tony Dill has picked up his 2nd foul. Mark Gilbert will inbound. Gilbert out to Warfield. To Lindsay. Over to Mark Gilbert.
They are really sloughed off Gilbert. They'll give him that outside shot if he wants it.
Lindsay tried to drive into paint over. Markle puts it up. Good. Willie Lindsay makes it a 41-35 game. Tony Dill trying to get by Lindsay. Gets it over the timeline, over to Markle. Markle loses control, tries to save it, but it's out of bounds. Irish losing their composure just a little bit.
That's 9 turnovers for York Catholic. Tony Dill, I think if he had that to do over again, would dribble the ball towards the wing before making the pass. Against a quick defensive team, you can't make the pass that long to the wing.
Willie Lindsay, Tony Dill on him. Lindsay tries to do it himself, puts it up short, rebound, Kashawn Jenkins, he's fouled. Mike Warfield, that is 3.
Kashawn Jenkins, with perhaps that 6'1", very thin frame, is really establishing good inside position on the defensive boards, and I think that's been a big factor in York Catholic being up 6 at this point in the game.
Less than 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Markle with the ball for the Irish. Gets by Julius Cobb. Markle with the open jumper. No good. Rebound, Mark Gilbert. Gilbert bounced past to Cobb. Cobb to Lindsay. Lindsay inside to Sean Gilbert over Schnorr. No good. Rebound, Jim Schnorr skies for it.
Again, the help defense from the guard dropping off the wing. Schnorr played behind. That allows him to keep that inside position on the defensive boards.
Markle to Jenkins. Jenkins at the foul line, bounces it out to Preston. Preston cross court to Jenkins at the foul line. Jenkins tries to drive the hoop over Gilbert, blocked by Mark Gilbert. Sean Gilbert tries to save the ball, goes out of bounds. It'll be York Catholic basketball.
Now, I've said this a lot of times. If you want to enjoy York Catholic basketball on offense, don't watch the man with the ball. Watch the other 4 players on the movement away from the ball.
Kashawn Jenkins will give it to Matt Markle. Markle, nice pick there by Jenkins. To Preston. Preston to Dill. Dill has the opening. Good!
Tony Dill is shooting with tremendous confidence tonight. He looks like he wants the ball and he wants the shot.
Also much mentioned that his brother Don has come all the way from Dallas for this ball game.
It's really nice to get a chance to meet him.
Pass inside to Sean Gilbert. Nice pass from Julius Cobb. Sean Gilbert using all of that 6'5" frame of his to make it a 43-37 game. Markle to Dill. Back into Markle. Markle, layup blocked by Mark Gilbert. We're going the other way. Mark Gilbert starting to become an intimidator inside. Cobb jumper, no good. Rebound, Mark Gilbert. He'll go inside over Schnorr. Good.
Can't give him that second shot.
Matt Markle with it. Willie Lindsay nearly bumped into Markle. Markle, nice behind the back move. You get a ball away from the Quips. Preston to Jenkins at the foul line. Jenkins to Dill. To Schnorr, top of the key. Less than 3 minutes left. Preston, double team, has the ball knocked away, but there's a foul. Foul's going to go against Julius Cobb. His first, the team's second. 2:54 left.
It's good to see in a game like this, though, that none of the players are in any kind of serious foul trouble. Warfield has 3. That's about the only consideration at this point with the third quarter winding down.
Jenkins to Dill. Dill will put it up. Tony Dill! Irish pressing. Lindsay. Tony Dill guards him. Lindsay over to Mark Gilbert. Try to look inside for his brother Sean. Pass tipped away, but recovered by Cobb. Lindsay. To Mark Gilbert. To Lindsay. Willie Lindsay, top of the key to Mark Gilbert. Mark Gilbert will put it up. No good. Rebound, Kassan Jenkins. Jenkins outlets to Dill. Dill in the paint, spin move, loses control of the ball momentarily. He's going to be called for traveling.
Just couldn't quite get the handle on that play. Defense forced him to change directions one or too many times, and it caused some problems for him. Aliquippa's going to get that timeout, Ken.
We'll take one as well with 2:06 left. 45-39 Irish. We'll be back.
Hello, and welcome to our special guest, handsomely dressed in a raincoat, a fellow who truly leads a dog's life. Meet McGruff, the crime dog.
Thanks, Dick. It may be a dog's life, but I'm helping people take a bite out of crime.
Indeed you are. Now, do I understand that neighborhood watch programs have reduced crime in some areas as much as 50%?
That's right, but there's more to be done.
Well, tell me about it, which I'm sure he will.
You bet. Make sure your neighborhood has plenty of lights. Leave one on in your house at night, and remember, light a light to stop a thief.
Shady characters prefer the dark, eh?
You got it. Also, start a volunteer escort service for older folks.
Aha, good news for the old folks at home, eh? What about the young folks?
Start McGruff houses.
Which are?
Houses kids can duck into in case of trouble.
Terrific. Anything else?
Yeah, that's a nice jacket, Dick.
Oh, thanks, McGruff. Hey, thanks for all you're doing. For more information, write to this address and help
take a bite out of crime.
Please volunteer for the American Red Cross.
When I was 15, 16, I took drugs. And I spent a lot of time hanging out with people who usually I wouldn't even want to deal with. I got really tired of that feeling of letting things happen to me instead of making things happen. But you know, you can't make things happen if you're on drugs. It's just not possible. So look, have a little faith in yourself. Life can be pretty fun if you're straight.
That's it. I'm history. End of the road.
You can't quit, Vince. No crash dummy takes out a utility pole like you do.
Larry, for years I've been proving how safety belts save lives, but nobody's listening.
Sure they are.
Yeah, that's why thousands die in car accidents every year. I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall.
Come on, Vince. Tomorrow's the big day. 2 compacts. Head on.
High speed?
Could save a life.
No, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
All in favor of wearing safety belts, raise your hand.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
2:06 left. It's your Catholic 45, Aliquippa 39 in the championship game of the PIAA Class AAA Boys Basketball Playoffs. The ability to relax is a skill that can be learned. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it requires regular practice. With practice, relaxation skills become more efficient. The body becomes conditioned to produce a relaxation response on command. For more information on how you can acquire these skills, call Dimensions Plus at 854-0155. We are located on Arsenal Road. Aliquippa with the ball. 2 minutes left now. Lindsay, Todd Fabre into the game for Kassan. Make that for Tony Dill.
I think Tony might have been a little bit tired, which is why he struggled on that last move to the basket.
Lindsay. It is a little bit hot in Hershey Park Arena. No air conditioning in the place. Sean Gilbert pushes off of Jenkins. Shot's no good. Rebound. Foul's going to be, I guess, on Warfield. Let's see. It'll be on Warfield. That's number 4.
Yeah, it had to be on Warfield because Schnorr had established the inside position. I talked about at the top of this game that York Catholic's program, its foundation is defense. In the third quarter so far, Aliquippa, 4 of 13, 31%. York Catholic with that tremendous balance on offense, 5 of 8, 63% from the field, Ken.
Tony Dill with it. Harsha pull it out with 1:25 left. Aliquippa will come out to meet the challenge. Markle, Lindsay on him, right, that Cobb on him. Cobb tries to steal, Markle gets over to Fabre. Todd Fabre to Markle, to Preston, to Schnorr. He'll hand it off to Jenkins, to Fabre.
The key to this delay is the movement on the wings. Watch how the wing player will go down, looking for the back door. If it's not there, he'll pop back out. The pass will go to the wing, the man will go through and get ready to pop out again. You can watch the movement.
Schnorr bounce pass to Fabre, open, his shot is blocked, but there's a foul. Willie Lindsay fouls Todd Fabre.
Once you run the pattern over and over and over again, the defense will either fall asleep or you can take advantage and run the time off the clock and eventually get the shot that you want. That time Fabre slowed up on his cut through, then made the quick move, hitting with a backdoor pass.
That second foul on Lindsay, the team's 4th. Willie Lindsay coming out of the game. Darren Shegog in.
Todd Fabre is a 71% foul shooter. And although he's not seen a lot of action since that mononucleosis bout after the county championship game, he has made contributions all along. Watch this, off the delay game now. You see right there the defense fell asleep. Todd's got the backdoor pass on the bounce pass to keep the defender from flicking it away. Results in 2 points.
The electronics place, you know, that place with service. 43 seconds left, Irish with an 8-point lead. Mark Gilbert, right side, cross court to Cobb, to Steele, to Mark Gilbert, puts up the shot, good.
Good shot by Mark Gilbert. That's where he should be shooting from, not out on the perimeter where he's been handling the ball.
Schnorr with the ball. Gilbert on him, gets it to Markle, 20 seconds left.
See, against a team like Aliquippa, this is a real advantage now because Schnorr can come outside. He's a good passer. He can handle the ball, and you force those big guys to come out, and they really can't play the good defense out there.
8 seconds left. Markle will drive. Nice bounce pass to Schnorr. Good! Three-quarters complete from Hershey Park Arena. The Irish are 1 quarter away from another state championship. We'll be back.
A college man. I got me a college man.
But, Mom, we can't afford college.
Nonsense. You worked hard to get accepted, so I'll get you on that bus somehow.
The United Negro College Fund has helped thousands of students, but the fact is, the job's not done. There are thousands we can't reach, not without the funds. So support the United Negro College Fund.
Every week it's the same thing. Monday, school. Tuesday, school again. Wednesday, even more school. Thursday, it never ends. Friday, still in school.
Jeepers. That's why there's the Nickelodeon Kids Only Weekend. All kids shows and only kids shows all weekend long.
Oh, neat.
Every weekend, Nickelodeon helps you forget about the rest of the week with great shows for kids only all weekend long.
Oh, wow.
The Nickelodeon Kids Only Weekend on Nickelodeon.
Hit it, boys!
Nick Rocks. Got the videos you want to see.
Nick Rocks.
It's Nickelodeon on your TV.
Nick Rocks.
Every day we're playing your request.
Nick Rocks.
With the videos you like the best. Rocks. Nick Rock. Nick Rock. Nick Rock. Nick Rock. Nick Rock. Nickelodeon every day.
rocks.
Did you know that an average farm in the Susquehanna River Basin loses about $2,000 per year through soil erosion? Tons of topsoil and plant nutrients are silently washing away. We can save these resources through conservation management practices. The payoff, lower fertilizer bills, better crop yields, and cleaner water for your families and livestock. Apply for Pennsylvania's cost-sharing program by contacting your county conservation district today.
This is what the delay game can do for you. It wears down the defense, and when you make the penetration, all kinds of things are created, including the good bounce pass, resulting in 2. Excellent pass from Markle to Schnorr.
And Catholic will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Schnorr inside to Preston. Preston dumps off the Schnorr. Got in the foul. Count the basket.
Perspicacious, the word that I used out of the thesaurus at the top of the game. Intelligence, smart play from the neck up. That's what York Catholic does to you methodically.
Willie Lindsay coming into the game to replace Darren Shegog. 7:54 left in the fourth quarter. The Irish up by 10, looking to make 11. And they do. Biggest lead of the ball game. Julius Cobb, make that Willie Lindsay now, 25. Over to Cobb. Cobb to Lindsay. To Mark Gilbert. Gilbert to Steele. Over to Lindsay. Lindsay will put it up. No good. Rebound, Tony Dill. Dill outlets to Markle. Matt Markle slows it down for the Irish. Fabre to Schnorr. To Markle. Back out to Schnorr. Irish looking to use the clock a little bit, kill some time. Fabre to Schnorr. Bounce pass to Markle. To Schnorr. To Fabre. Fabre thought about pulling out, now stop the dribble, gets it to Dill. Minute gone by here in the fourth quarter. Preston. To Schnorr, over to Dill. I'll make that Fabre nice inside to Dill. Dill pull it back out. Dill inside to Preston. Preston trying to get Mark Gilbert up, but prevented out to Dill, to Markle, to Fabre. The Irish just killing some clock, my friends.
When Gary Markle was the coach and they won their championships in 78-79, this was the game that they played, spreading the floor even wider. Now Mike Kesey has let these kids run, play the game, get the score, get the lead, and then play a little bit of this high percentage game.
Robert Preston comes back and trying to get a hook shot, but he missed the rim. Cobb over Schnorr, blocked by Schnorr, but he got it with the body.
Robert Preston owes a thank you to Jim Schnorr for covering on that, because really he took a very poor shot off that excellent delay pattern, and then Schnorr was able to at least block the shot. Unfortunately called for the foul and giving the Quips a chance to put 2 on the board. Cobb is now 3 for 3 in the game from the foul line. Let's take a look here. Good move on the baseline there. Schnorr, yeah, good block with the right hand, but he was resting that left hand on the hip. Good call by the official.
Schnorr blows the ball off of Schnorr. And they're saying, they're saying off of Steele. But from our vantage point here, it looked like it went off of Jim Schnorr. York Catholic gets a break. This fourth quarter is being brought to you by Jack Gianvolvo. Everybody has rebates, low financing, just like Jack Gianvolvo. But only Jack Gianvolvo can offer you the choice of Pontiac, GMC trucks, Mazda, Isuzu. And we have a turnover by the Irish. Matt Markle look for Tony Dill. Remember, volume sales mean lower prices at Jack Gianvolvo.
If you want to see a key matchup, Matt Markle has been playing Cobb in the second half, the entire second half. Cobb had 4 points only in this second half. He had 13 at halftime.
Mark Gilbert from the foul line. Good. 7-point lead. Markle gets it to Preston. 5:45 left. Markle gets it over the timeline. Markle to Schnorr. To Jenkins. To Preston. Preston inside over. Gilbert, it's good!
Same shot he took earlier, except this time he used his strong right hand rather than the left hand, which he didn't have good control over.
Mark Gilbert hands it off to Willie Lindsay. Lindsay to Tyrone, steals to Cobb. Cobb over Markle. Short. Schnorr with the rebound. Schnorr bounced past to Preston, and Robert Preston will slow it down to Matt Markle. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the ball game. Schnorr to Jenkins. Jenkins to Preston in the baseline. Out to Jenkins to Markle. Over to Dill. Dill inside to Schnorr. Schnorr, short jumper, in and out. Tapped up by Kassan Jenkins!
Kashan Jenkins, with that svelte freshman body, has been everywhere he has needed to be on the boards tonight.
Tyrone steals to Mark Gilbert. Good.
Giving up too much to Gilbert at 13 feet now. They got to come out and put a hand in his face and belly up to him a little bit.
Gilbert has scored 8 points since coming off the bench. Still. Ducks the drive, gets it over to Jenkins. Jenkins stops his dribble to try to get it to Preston. Ball knocked out of bounds by Mark Gilbert for Catholic basketball.
All right, now Aliquippa is really starting to overplay on the defense. This is where you take advantage of the backdoor cuts. When you see that happen, you can show pass, show ball fake, and look for the bounce to the from the point to the wing.
Markle. Schnorr. Dill. Back out to Markle. Markle has the opener. No good. Rebound. Caught Schnorr with it. Schnorr in the paint. Puts it up. Short jumper. No good. Battle for the boards. Controlled by Robert Preston inside. Rejected. But the Irish recover and they'll pull it out.
They have not been intimidated inside, even though they have had some shots blocked.
3:45 left. Preston needs some help. Gets it out to Jenkins, to Markle. Markle, spin move away inside to Jenkins. Jenkins will bring it back out to the top of the key. Bounce pass to Schnorr. Over to Dill. Dill works his way, gets it back out to Jenkins. To Markle with the open jumper. In and out. Rebound, Tyrone steals.
Nothing wrong with that shot. That's a good shot for Matt Markle. It's a high percentage shot for him. I wouldn't be upset about him taking that. No D on him.
Just didn't get the roll. Cobb, short. Dill, rebound.
Tremendous contributions by everybody for the Irish. Tremendous balance on offense. Markle with 10, Jenkins with 11, Dill with 10, Preston with 12, Schnorr with 11. Tremendous balance.
Schnorr open layup, too hard off the glass. Cobb with the rebound. Cobb bounce pass, too hard for Mike Warfield.
Surprisingly enough, that's Aliquippa's first turnover of the second half, and yet they're down by 9 points. Key reason, York Catholic out-rebounding them, Ken, 31-18.
56-47, 2:46 left. We'll be back.
Children believe what their parents tell them.
You're pathetic. You can't do anything right.
You disgust me.
Hey, stupid, don't you know how to listen?
Take time out. Don't take it out on your kid.
Cable, see us now.
Looking for a friend? Cable's got some friends you'll be happy to see.
Have a good heart.
Now beat it.
Some are old friends that you haven't seen in a while. Others are new friends that you'll see for the first time.
WPIAL and PIAA, everybody.
Get Cable and you get a friend.
Cable, see us now.
Clint Eastwood is a little upset.
It seems some misguided individuals out there are abusing our public lands. They're vandalizing our public parks and playgrounds, and they're overrunning our wild areas. Real nice guys. Some clowns are even stealing artifacts from historic sites. Now, when I hear about things like that, it really bothers me. I find it unacceptable, and I know you do too, because these lands are ours, yours and mine. Now I know what you're thinking. What can I do? Well, you can either sit there and do nothing, or you can start by getting some information on how you can help stop land abuse. As I see it, these people who are abusing our public lands can either clean up their act or get out of town.
Bad guys abuse public land. Good guys save it. If you want to help, write Take Pride in America. Post Office Box 1339, Jessup, Maryland 20794.
Please use safety belts whenever operating or riding in a motor vehicle. Remember, seat belts are for everyone. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Cable TV Company of York.
The York Catholic Fighting Irish, 2:46 away from their first-class AAA state championship. They won a couple AA championships back in 78 and 79. A new generation of summer comfort, whatever you need. Ed Fisher Window and Energy Systems can bring you the flexibility and convenience to produce the right balance of shading and warmth every day of the year. Contact Ed Fisher for complete details at a free estimate. Call 846-5095. York Catholic basketball. Matt Markle will inbound. Markle looks for some help. Better get it in. And he'll get the timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Smart call by Matt Markle there in the baseline. The Irish now have 2 timeouts left. Aliquippa only 1. That's really working against them, because when you want to make a run at a team and really go all out on the press, you should have at least 2 timeouts available to you. And with 2:46, they only have 1.
Talk of the town would like to congratulate the Fighting Irish on another successful season. We welcome the varsity players, coaches, and families to celebrate with us. The players and coaches will receive a free meal when they come in with their family. Also, to all faithful fans, we invite them to come and enjoy our Sunday specials. Talk of the town, exit 7 off of I-83 and Prospect Road in York.
You know, there's so many people that are part of this program, Ken, and not only here on Cable 4 York, but part of the Irish program. We certainly have a chance, hope we have a chance to mention that.
Robert Preston wide open for the layup. Good!
Excellent call by Mike Kesey coming off the timeout. They caught Aliquippa overplaying and sleeping for the deep pass, for the quick pitch.
Lindsay to Steele. Steele bumps off shore. Inside to number 45. Warfield no good. We'll have a foul as he got his own rebound with the follow.
Kashawn Jenkins had the inside position, but he was so quick to get back up off his feet and to go after that missed shot. I was so impressed by the quickness of Warfield.
Mark Gilbert at the line. We'll make that Warfield. That's Warfield at the line. How would you like to take 10 strokes off your golf score and add 10 pins to your bowling score? Improve your tennis game, basketball, volleyball, racquetball, or any sport you enjoy while not moving a muscle. Call us at Dimension Plus, 854-0155. We would like to help you play better. We are located on Arsenal Road. 58-48 as Gilbert make that. Warfield makes 1 of 2. Preston has an open Markle, but pass is stolen by Shegog. Darren Shegog, bounce pass to Tyrone Steele. He's going to be called for traveling.
Definitely, a little cha-cha-cha there on the move. Definitely did not have his mind set on which direction he wanted to move and picked up the pivot foot.
Tyrone Steele comes out of the ball game, being replaced by Julius Cobb.
See, York Catholic can play 4-on-3 in the backcourt because nobody's going to come back to pick up Schnorr.
Matt Markle with the ball, less than 2 minutes to go. Schnorr out to Jenkins. Kassan Jenkins with the ball to Matt Markle. 1:45 left. Irish fans get on their feet. Jenkins looks inside for Preston. Almost knocked away, but Preston recovers. Gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins out to Schnorr, over to Markle.
If you want to know what good fundamentals are, watch the Catholic players. They don't use the dribble until they want to go somewhere. They receive and look.
Markle needed some help. Got it to Dill. Dill stops the dribble at the foul line. Gets it out to Schnorr. 1:20 left. Schnorr bounce pass to Jenkins. Ball knocked away. It's off of Jenkins, they say. It's going to be Aliquippa basketball.
I thought that was a good call, and I thought it was a good call because York Catholic was too tentative going after the ball.
1:15 left. Cobb will try to get it on his own. No good. Rebound. Preston is fouled. Might be Mike Warfield. If it is, he's gone.
Robert Preston, a 65% foul shooter, but more importantly, remember those shots that he nailed at a critical time against Conestoga Valley in Eastern Finals.
1:10 left, Craig. This is crunch time.
Well, up 10 with 1:10 to go, it's looking pretty desperate for the Quips, and I'm sure Coach Red McNee is probably rethinking his thoughts at lunchtime today when he made that challenge to the Irish players that we play 84 feet too, you better lace it up.
Preston. Short. Rebound, Mark Gilbert. Gilbert gets it to Lindsay. Lindsay bounce pass. Off of Shegog, out of bounds. York Catholic has proven all year that height and quickness do not matter against this team. I guess it was what's up inside the head. Smart pass, where's a foul? Tyrone steals, or to make that Julius Cobb.
And the one person that deserves so much credit in this run to what looks now like a 34-0 season, the first undefeated season by a York County team, resulting in a state championship, is Mike Kesey. He played for Jim Forgin. Jim Forgin is now his freshman coach. He was an assistant under Gary Markle during the 2 state championships, and now he's going to have his own banner to hang in his gym where he played as a player. And he had the assistance of Rick Luckman, his JV coach, and many of the people in the CYO program. When it came to decision time, however, Mike Kesey was the main man.
Less than a minute to go. Scramble for the ball. Shegog comes up with it. Shegog inside to Mark Gilbert. Don't let him have it to lay up. He missed it. Gilbert go up again over Jenkins. Gets the roll. And Aliquippa calls timeout. Their final timeout. With 46 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. Once again, Talk of the Town would like to congratulate the Fighting Irish on another successful season. We welcome the varsity players, coaches, and families to celebrate with us. The players and coaches will receive a free meal when they come in with their family. Also, to all the faithful fans, we invite them to come and enjoy our Sunday specials. Talk of the Town Restaurant at exit 7 of I-83 and Prospect Road in York. 46 seconds remain in this ball game. 59-50. The Irish looking good right now, Craig. As we are tonight, of course.
I was going to say, we're not looking so bad ourselves, Ken. I'll tell you, I've just had such a good time. And I'll tell you, this last break before we go to the final post-game show and the final 46 seconds of this game, I can't thank you enough for your cooperation this year. Paul Goodemote, superb. He makes whatever I say statistically happen. And we certainly appreciated the help of Bill Rule tonight. Outstanding job on the shot chart. It's been a lot of fun from all of us to the gang in the truck, too.
And there's a foul. 1-on-1 foul. Julius Cobb called for as he bumped into Jenkins. Craig, I'd like to thank you. I never thought in my wildest imagination when we started back in December that we would be here tonight to see a state championship game.
It's really amazing, isn't it? And this being our first year together on Cable 4 York, we also thank all the sponsors, and particularly Bob Reinhardt, our producer-director, back in the truck, and all the people on camera, Don Raymer, Jeff McCall, Barb Sepovich, Cheryl back in the truck, Robert Kraut, the whole gang. It's just been superb all year long. We can't forget Nort as well. He's not with us tonight, Mark Lentz. So it's been a great thrill.
Jenkins too hard. Off the glass for the foul shot. The Quips with the basketball. Julius Cobb will bounce off to Willie Lindsay over Jenkins. No good. Schnorr and Mark Gilbert. Sean Gilbert like that. Mark Gilbert gets the layup. 59-52. 30 seconds left. Preston, ball knocked out. Saved. No, yes, they're saying it's saved. Mark Gilbert bounce pass to Lindsay is short. Rebound is good by Gilbert. 20 seconds left. 5-point Irish lead. The York Catholic will call a timeout. Well, unbelievable. The Irish may be taking a little bit too easy there.
Well, you got to be making sure you're hitting those foul shots down the stretch. But I think they're in very good shape now because this is what Mike Kesey, I think, has been so effective doing all year long. He has not had to, quote-unquote, go to the whip in the home stretch with this team because it's so senior-oriented. And they've been able to use their head to do the smart thing. But on occasion, if they do get out of control, he's been excellent at calling the timeouts and making the adjustments. I wouldn't even be surprised if he'd go back to the quick pitch off of this timeout.
Would you say this is Coach Kesey's most relaxing year as a coach?
I think so. In my observations of him, you know, he put in a lot of time. He paid his dues as a JV coach for many years, and when he got the opportunity to be the head coach, he knows the game, he's played the game, he's an excellent athlete himself.
18 seconds left. Irish up by 5. Kassan Jenkins wants to check in. No, he doesn't want to check in yet. No, wait. Todd Fabre into the ball game. Markle will get the entire baseline if he needs it. Markle bounces it out to Dill. 15 seconds left. Markle fouled. Foul going against Willie Lindsay. Now Kassan Jenkins will come back in for Todd Fabre.
Matt Markle, the 6-foot senior, been around here a long time, 3 years, a lot of playing time, 15 points a game. He goes to the line as an 81% shooter. That's exactly who you want on the line at this point in the game.
Matt Markle, his father, Gary Markle Sr., coached 2 state championships, 1978 and 79 for York Catholic.
He makes one more and the game is iced strictly from the time standpoint.
Looks like Matt Markle is going to bring home another championship to the Markle household. 61-54, the countdown begins. 14 seconds left in the game. Lindsay will bring it up quickly. Gets it off the cob, but Lindsay recovers over Jenkins, no good. 8 seconds left, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's all over! It's all over! York Catholic has won the state championship! We'll be back with the presentations of the state championship trophies in just a moment.
More and more families are moving closer and closer to our forests. That's why, if you're careless with fire when you go to the forest, you could burn a lot more than trees.
Home health care isn't child's play. It's the responsible service of your local Visiting Nurse Association. You're never alone. Call us today, the Visiting Nurse Home Care Association.
There's one dangerous stunt you couldn't pay me to do. Smoke.
Let's do it again.
The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
Coach John Thomas and head coach Red McNee. A big hand for the Quips of Aliquippa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. E. Jerry Brooks, PI. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Argentina and Mr. Hanley are presenting the runner-up trophy to head coach Fred McNee and players Tyrone Steele, Willie Lindsay, and Mark Gilbert. The boys AAA championship trophy to the runner-up trophy to the Quips of Aliquippa. And now, E. Jerry Brooks, PIAA District 3 Executive Coordinator, presents the awards to the boys AAA state champions of Fighting Irish of York Catholic. Manager Kathy Pioli. Manager Ellen Lanner. John Keffer. Steve Small. Jamie Citron. Mike Naus. Mike May. Kashawn Jenkins. Todd Fabry. Tony Dill. Jim Schnorr. Robert Preston. Matt Markle. Assistant coach Mike McLean. Assistant coach Jim Forgin. Assistant Rich Luckman. Head coach Mike Kesey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, accepting the boys AAA state championship trophy will be Matt Markle, Robert Preston, Jim Schnorr, and Tony Dill. This being presented by Mr. E. Jerry Brooks. A big hand for the boys AAA state champions, the Fighting Irish of York Catholic.
Perfection. 34-0. A YCI AA championship, a District 3 championship, an Eastern Region championship, and the PIAA Class AAA state championship. York Catholic wins at 63-54. Our post-game activities continue in just a moment.
Michael is an historian with a problem.
I don't want to live with you. How can you teach history and have such a short...
Irish cutting down the nets. While they're doing that, let's go down to the floor with Craig Smith and Coach Mike Kesey.
Mike Kesey, it's been a long time coming. Many years as the JV coach, and now to go 34-0. No other York County team has ever done that, culminating in a state championship. Your initial reaction and feelings, just a couple words.
It's super. You know, I really can't explain it. It hasn't really sunk in yet. You know, I'm so happy for our kids because they work so hard all year long, and you know, we put so much time in preparing for this game, and you know, I'm just happy for them. They deserve all the credit in the world. They're the kids that did it on the floor. No matter what we did, you know, X's and O's on our blackboard and all that, they had to do it on the floor, and they did it. And like I said, they deserve all the credit, and I'm just very happy for our
Let me run the numbers past you real quickly, because this is it, the team of balance. Markle 12, Jenkins 11, Dill 10, Preston 17, Schnorr 11, plus you had a rebounding edge of 31-18 at one point late in the game. Just incredible.
Well, you know, we knew for us to win, we had to block out and limit them to one shot. You know, Jimmy did a great job. Kassan came out right away, you knew he came to play tonight. Robert did a super job. The guards, Tony and Matt, we knew we all had to block out. That was the big key in the game. And plus, I really think we fatigued them with our defense. You know, they at the press conference or the luncheon today, their coach said that he thought we would be fatigued, but it turned out to be the other way around.
It sure did. I want to let you get back to your players. One final comment, and I mean this so sincerely. I've had a chance to be around these kids throughout the playoffs, and they are the nicest group of young men. Hey, forget the basketball. Just talk about their gentlemanliness and their manners. They're a great group of kids.
Right, they're nice kids and they're unselfish kids.
And that's been the thing that has taken them and their coach, Mike Kesey, and the whole York Catholic program to the state championships. We'll be back with some of the players. Back to you, Ken.
All right, Craig, we'll have some more of those interviews coming up in just a moment. 63-54, your final. Back with more in just a moment.
Support your local workshop for the blind. Remember, working is everyone's privilege.
Pennsylvania Colony, 1683. My kind friends, as for the natives, of their customs and manners, there is much to be said. They are most merry. Nothing is too good for their friend.
What William Penn described 300 years ago, you can still enjoy today.
In Pennsylvania.
The cash man is a freshman no longer. He came through like a demon in this. I love it. Deshaun, we did not talk to you all year. We did not pick you as player of the game all year because a freshman is still a freshman, especially when he's among 5 seniors with this kind of caliber. But you played like a demon tonight, and you made senior contributions. What possessed you? You came out like a man possessed on the boards.
Yeah, well, they're all seniors, and I just want them to go out in style. Nobody likes to go out loser.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, not only did you do it in style, we're going to look for that style to improve next year and the year after that and the year after that. But this is something you'll never forget in your freshman year. Now, before I get to the rest of the seniors, I'm going to... Let's take fun business when you win the state championship.
Right. Team stat-wise, Craig, let's take a look at that.
All right, let's take a look at it very quickly. From the field, York Catholic 25 of 43, superb shooting, 58%. For the Quips, 25 of 63, 40%. Once again, the foundation is defense. It proves it once again in the state championship game. At the foul line, Irish clearly had the edge, 13 of 18, 4 of 6 for the Quips. Turnovers, uncharacteristic, but really didn't hurt them. York Catholic turning the ball over 14 times. Resulting in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 Aliquippa points, so it probably wouldn't have even been as close had they not turned the ball over as much. Rebounds, surprisingly, however, I think to most people, York Catholic out-rebounding the Quips, 34-26.
Taking a look at the individual statistics for Aliquippa. Julius Cobb leading with 17, Mark Gilbert off the bench with 14, steals with 8, and Sean Gilbert with 6 points for the Quips. Their game total at 54. For the York Catholic Fighting Irish, Robert Preston with 17 points to lead the way. 16th time this season he's led York Catholic in scoring. Matt Markle had 12 points. Kassan Jenkins with 11. Also Jim Schnorr with 11 points. Tony Dill with 10. And Todd Fabry, 2 points. Once again, the balance. We said it all along, Craig, the balance.
Yeah, if you look at their career points, Markle finishes at 844, Preston at 888, Dill 361, Fabry 262, and Schnorr 564. No 1,000-point scorer in this group, just a group of champions.
Perfection, 34-0.
You can't say anything else. The numbers are there. Nobody will ever take it away from them. Nobody will ever take it away from Coach Kesey and the Irish fans from the year 1987.
We have a lot of people to thank from this great season. First of all, we'd like to thank Dr. Russell T. Warner, Executive Director of the PIAA, Mr. Bradley Cashman, Associate Executive Director of the PIAA, Mr. E. Jerry Brooks, the Chairman of District 3, Executive Director of District 3, Mr. Kirk Steigerwalt, Mr. Jim Gano, Super 2 Sports from Allentown for their coverage of the Allentown Central Catholic York Catholic game, Mr. Tom Stevens from Hershey Park Arena, Mr. Ed Bruner, District 3 Chairman, Mr. Horace Mann, Director of the Harrisburg Farm Show. Thank you for one hell of a season. PIAA State Champions. God bless and good night from Hershey Park Arena. For Craig Smith, Statistician Paul Goodemote, I'm Ken Schott. Good night.